Uber Eats order for $10.50 for a little under 5 miles to start out the day. We're working the dinner shift today, 5 p.m. until it's no longer busy. Usually Pita Jungle has the orders ready in there, but I did have to wait about 3 minutes. And then after I got the food, it was about an 8-minute drive to the customer, and it's going in the wrong direction. So we're gonna have to backtrack to go to the hotspot to where we can get better orders. Maybe DoorDash orders, maybe Uber Eats orders. We'll just have to see what is thrown at us today. Okay, here's an interesting one. I think it's a good strategy, and I don't think it's unethical to do this. So we got a DoorDash order for Wildflower. $12 here, about 4 miles. I just let the timer run all the way down to 0, trying to find a good Uber Eats order. Now, I had all intentions to accept this DoorDash order. The only reason I wouldn't take this is if I got a good Uber Eats order. And the timer got all the way down to like 15 seconds, and I had cycled through like 2 Uber Eats orders that I did not want to take. I was like, all right, I'm gonna decline those ones. And then this one popped up for McDonald's, over $10, under 2 miles. And I was like, I really think that this McDonald's order is going to be a lot better, because just like that Pita Jungle order that we got at the very first order of the day, I think that that one has a hidden tip, and then this McDonald's order, maybe this one has a hidden tip as well. So why don't we do this, even though there's probably at least one hidden tip on that DoorDash order? The only problem is that I accepted it so quickly. I was probably the first driver to get the order because I was just like basically right next to the restaurant, that they just got it in their system. And so it's going to take like probably 5 minutes, hopefully not longer than that, for them to make the food. Not great there. Definitely not great. I mean, that was over a 10-minute wait in McDonald's. That rarely happens. So like, I'm not going to say like, oh, I'm never going to McDonald's again, because like it's usually like about a 3-minute wait. Like that's about average, 3 minutes. So this was 10. Well, it appears we're not doing an Uber Eats order. They were just all so bad. So we had to rely on DoorDash for $6.50 here. I hardly ever go to this restaurant. I don't really know what it's like, but I walked in there and it looks like the order was ready. So that's good news. And we dropped it off to the customer, hoping for a little bit more than $6.50, because I thought that DoorDash would have hid something, but I guess not. I guess we just got $6.50 with a $4 tip and $2.50 base pay there. Then we drove back to the hotspot, just a quick 1.5 miles, 2 miles. I was just declining away, got my 3rd pause in a row for declining too many orders on DoorDash, lowered my acceptance rate to 2%. How, like, what am I supposed to do when they're just giving me terrible offers like this one for like $6 for like 12 miles? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? We just continued to decline order after order, both on DoorDash and Uber Eats, and we got our 4th pause in a row. So that is just wild to me. Acceptance rate still at 2%, and then we did get an offer from DoorDash, finally a decent one, $6.50 for, I think it was said like 3 miles or maybe even less. So yeah, sure, I'll accept it. But I found out how big the hidden tip on Uber Eats was that one time for that first delivery, and that's such a huge order. I'm like, man, if only I could get an Uber Eats order right now. And then this popped up, $10.32 for like 3.5 miles. Yeah, that one's much better. Okay, so I accept that one, and I'm like, DoorDash, what do I do with this order? Like, I probably can't take it, so I'm probably gonna have to unassign. And then I got a huge one back from Uber Eats, 1.5 miles additional. So yes, of course we're gonna take care of that. So DoorDash order, that one's just going back in the trash where you belong. I know it might have been a decent order, 5 items on it, $6.50, could have a hidden tip, but they just, you cannot compare to these Uber Eats orders I'm getting right now. So now that we had both Uber Eats orders, I decided to go to the second restaurant first, because I thought that that had a better chance of having the order ready. And I had to wait maybe like 1 minute to receive the food. And I'm like, okay, that's good, because by the time I get over to Ray's Pizza from Wildflower, I will probably not have to wait very long. And I walk in there and they're actually taking the pizza out of the oven as I walk through the door. So I'm like, wow, I'm really glad I went to that other restaurant first, and then I came to the first restaurant second. From there, it was 2 pretty easy drop-offs, even though I think that the mileage was higher than what Uber Eats quoted me. I'm really excited to see if there's a hidden tip on one or both of those. I think I can expect to get it, but I just don't want to assume so that I don't get my hopes up. I'm trying to do Uber Eats, but sometimes they just give you a bunch of terrible offers. I declined maybe like 10 to 20 of them, and I'm like, ah, man, DoorDash, I guess we're gonna have to take this ramen hood order for $8.25. I knew that the order would be ready in the store, and it was. I was maybe hoping for a hidden tip, but I just did not get it, which I guess is totally fine. $8.25 for a very short order. As we were finishing up that DoorDash order, I had Uber Eats running. I just really wanted to get an order from them, not DoorDash. And something crazy happened. We got a $12 order here, under 3 miles. It's more like 4 to 4.5 once you factor in that I had to make that DoorDash drop off. Just drove right to that restaurant after dropping off the DoorDash order, and they only ordered 2 small, like, personal cheese pizzas. So maybe they didn't tip a lot. Maybe that's a lot of base pay. I don't really know, but it looked good to me, so I just went for it. And right as we were dropping it off, I don't think I finished confirming the delivery yet, but we got a Cafe Rio order for $9.99. I knew that this one probably did not have a hidden tip like the other ones tonight, but it's okay. I mean, I figured that the order could have a good chance of being ready at the store, and it was just sitting there right on the counter, right on the shelf. I am getting amazing orders, but like the average order is just so bad. Like my acceptance rate is at 9%, which is actually pretty high. So I guess we'll take that as a win. I was declining a bunch of orders on DoorDash, so they paused me again, of course. But I think we're settling on this Cafe Rio order for $6.50. I'm doing it because there's 7 items on here. It could be a big order. They were just finishing bagging it up when I got in there, so really didn't have to wait that long, maybe like a minute or 2. And then we were off to the gated community, possible hidden tip opportunity, and we get $8.50. I will definitely take that at this point in the night. I don't know how busy things are going to be, but I guess I might have been wrong about it slowing down, because before we got it dropped off, we got a $10 order here from Uber Eats to Panda Express. The order was ready, and they usually make you fill up the drinks. I was kind of upset that I saw that there was a Sprite on the order, but it was a bottled Sprite, so don't worry, we don't have to fill up our own drinks on this one. And then we swipe to start the delivery. Bad news, we're going to a really awful apartment complex. It's so confusing in there. It's hard to find where people live, and sometimes it's like a 5-minute walk just from the elevator to get to the person's unit. But they decided to meet me down in front of the entire building, and so I didn't have to do any extra work. That's fantastic. And they left a pretty big tip there. And since Uber Eats did not want to give me a decent order, we had to settle for this Chick-fil-A offer, $6.50 on DoorDash. I was really thinking it was just going to be $6.50. Like, I mean, they only ordered 4 items. One of them's a drink, one of them's a fry. Like, their total was probably around, I don't know, like $20, if that. And so I'm like, all right, that's not really going to be anything. Maybe people just rejected it a bunch. I really not looking forward to it because it's probably just only going to be $6.50. Well, we dropped it off. Can you believe this? $15 tip? What? That's insane. How is that even possible? Like, what? They must have tipped like almost 100%. That's, wow, I am shocked. I did not think that was going to happen. Maybe I might have to change the title of this video. I mean, after trying to favor Uber Eats all day and then now getting this, like, I didn't know it was even possible for DoorDash to be hiding this much of the tip. What did they hide? They hid, like, I mean, they only showed like 20% of the overall tip. Well, I still got a ton of orders while waiting around for about 15 to 20 minutes. It seemed kind of busy, just not busy with any good orders we wanted to take. So we're going to call it there, $40.75 on DoorDash and $86.95 on Uber Eats, making $127.70 today. I'd say that's pretty good for like the 4.3 hours we were out here. That's pretty good. I mean, especially for a weekday, and it's the dinner shift, so of course it's going to be busier than probably any other time of day, but that's really solid right there. Uber Eats is quickly becoming my app that I rely on most, especially during dinner time. DoorDash, it's just not as good. I mean, I know DoorDash is really good like during lunch, probably better than Uber Eats, but when it comes to dinner, I just don't know if there's really any comparison. If you want to see more Uber Eats videos, I'll have the playlist right here for you to click on. Thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget we're doing a giveaway where a subscriber is going to be winning money. The full details will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.